Susie knows that. I don't have to tell you, Susie. So it's all about the golden bits and nuggets that you're going to be learning about. So we won't go over the angle too much, and we will get into the Q's and the A's. You do the Q's, I do the A's. Okay, give me a Q. Q. Right, thank you. Do we offer subcision for treating a tethered scar? So that's Q1, as they like to call it. Susie, I'm very well. Hope you are well too. Nice to have you on board. The thing about plastic surgery is that there's not necessarily a sort of set way of treating stuff, and tethered scars are really difficult to treat, I find, and there are different ways of treating scars in general, troublesome scars in general, and anytime there's lots of ways of doing something, that means there's no one good way of doing it. So in answer to the question, I don't do subcision for treating tethered scars. If you don't know what subcision is, well, subcision involves putting a needle, and usually use something like a hypodermic needle. A hypodermic needle has got a bevel on it, which means that the end of the needle is sort of angled, so it's got like a sharpness to it, so you can cut with it. Don't know if that makes sense. So you can actually cut with the tip of a hypodermic needle, and you can put the needle underneath the scar, and you can cut away the scar tissue. So sort of scission, I guess, is the cutting bit, like incision, and sub, like underneath. So you get underneath the scar, and you release the scar. You release the scar and let it lift up. So it is a technique for tethered scars, and it is a thing, but I don't do it, and I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with it. The problem with it in my mind is that I would worry that the scar, you're just creating more scar, aren't you? And why wouldn't it tether down again? But as I say, I don't do it. So perhaps the thing to do would be to speak to someone who does it to get an idea of what the outcomes are like, particularly long-term outcomes, because short-term I think it's probably going to be okay. Am I on Facebook? Anyway, short-term I think it's probably going to be okay, but long-term I think, you know, that is the issue, whether that it just tethers down again. And so that's what will worry me. It would worry me that it would tether down again. So I don't do it. I do. I always warn people there is a risk of it tethering it down again, even with the thing that I do. So I think whatever you do, there's always a risk of it tethering down again, because you are treating a scar with a scar. As surgeons, all we can do is give scars. So you're trying to make your scar better than the scar that that the patient already has, and we've got to therefore think how we're going to do that. You're not live on Facebook. Oh, God. Am I not? Am I not? I don't know what to do, Corinne.